Hello there, viewers, and welcome back to the Basque Boys. And today we got a potential treat for you. This could very well be a double upload day, but it all depends on you guys. Because we're about to start the winter transfer window, and I want to break this up into two parts. First half for this episode, second half for the next. And there is some potential for a couple big dealings going on. A couple of my players have expressed desire to leave the club, and there is no small task in trying to keep these guys on. So, yes, there will be a couple of matches thrown in this episode and the next, but it's all up to you guys if you want to see both these episodes today. If we can get 50 likes on this video within the first 3 hours of it going up, actually, say within the first 4 hours of it going up, well, then I'll upload the second video, and it'll have ourselves a nice little double upload day to show the transfer window. So, without further ado, let's get this started. Yes, what's going on, peoples? It's Gendo here, and the transfer window is upon us, where we have already made ourselves one deal in bringing in a youth prospect that is in a position that, as I've said before, is not the best position for regens, at least in this save, and that is Eduardo Seguin is coming in from Osasuna for a fee of 500,000 euros. He is a left back, and yes, like I said, left back has been primarily the worst position for me to scout this save, I should say. And overall, at 17 years old, he doesn't look that bad. He can definitely develop into a prime left wing back, I should say, going forward. 12 marking, 11 tackling, 11 positioning, decent physicals. And like I said, only 17 years old. He's got a lot of room to develop. It's definitely someone to look out for in the future. And I might as well start this episode off with some good, because there's potential for a lot of bad to be happening in these next couple of episodes, because there are players that have said that they want to leave the club. Mikel Merino has expressed his desire to go to PSG. Lecque expressed his desire to go to Juventus. And while Villalibre has not expressed any desire to go anywhere, Juventus have also been trying to shop him, or not really shop him, but offer for him. So he's the one guy that I know that there's not going to be any money in the world that's going to take him away from me. It's just I need to watch out for Merino and Lecque, because their release clauses are a little low. And if they come in for him, what am I to do? If I try to offer a new contract, they're going to ask for like wages out the ass. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm already paying too high wages for too many people right now. So if they come in and offer 150,000 euro a week, I just can't do that. You want it, you got it. Chris Otangana has come back from loan. He was out at Celta for a while, did fairly well for him, but I want to integrate him back into my squad so that he can get some first team reps and ultimately be my number one goalkeeper going forward. Also, I am looking at other goalkeepers I can use to try and replace John Cervantes, because he's probably going to see the rest of his contract out down in the Bilbao B side. And there are definitely some names here at the top of the list that you guys know if you've heard of before. Alex Romero, he was at the club for one season before I sold him off. Kepa, yeah, I want to try and bring him back in. Iago Hererin, who I sold off originally to make room for Kepa. I mean, you could definitely see one of these three coming back to the club. Below that, you're really not seeing much of anything. Like Imanol, he's not that good of a goalkeeper at Valladolid. Oyer Oyarzabal, at 32 years old, he's decent in the air, but outside of that, looks fairly mediocre everywhere else. Julio Irizibar, he's 28, also looks fairly good, but not La Liga level. Excuse me as I hit the desk once again. He's definitely not that good. Valladolid just also got moved up from Liga Segunda League, I should say. So I don't think that bringing him into the club will do us any sorts of good. So it's basically one of the top three, and funnily enough, they're all former Athletic players. So we took on Malaga in the first leg of our Copa del Rey series, and we come away with a 3-3 draw away from home. Herrera, Hervias, and Villalibre, the goal scorers. We didn't have a lot of the ball, but we took a lot more shots on targets. It's just that Kuki for Malaga was just on point today, getting himself a hat-trick. There were some very concerning performances for the club. Iker Muniain getting himself a 5-9, but the one that I need to look at is Chris Otangana. I figured, hey, give him a run out in the cup and see how well he does, just to get him back into the squad, and he lets 3 go by. That's not a very encouraging performance if I want him to be my new number one. He cannot let goals go by when he shouldn't do that. And that's really disheartening, because he is a fairly decent goalkeeper. Maybe he's just inconsistent. So we'll give him another run out later on, and hopefully he doesn't allow some of these slow-ass rollers go through. But let's look forward and put this behind us. We'll play the second match further down the road. See, now this is what I'm talking about. And PSG have inquired about Mikel Merino. Now, he has a minimum fee release clause of 37.5 million euros. PSG are coming in at 16 and a quarter. If they really want him, they are going to have to pay up. So that being said, I'm not going to say 37 and a half. I'm going to bump this up. I'm going to give him a one-time rebuttal. I'm going to give him a one-time counter offer of 40 million euros. Take it or leave it. If they say no to that, then I'm just going to put it by the wayside and Mikel Merino's not going to be sold. So 40 million PSG, take it or leave it. They come back with 18 and a quarter. You're insulting my intelligence, PSG. He is worth a lot more than that. Considering we brought him in for 27 million euros, he's worth a lot more than that. So PSG, I'm done with you. I'm not dealing with you anymore unless you can come up with that release fee clause. And now signing number 2 for us is in fact going to be another midfield prospect by the name of Marc Alvarez. We're going to be bringing him in from Espanyol for a fee of 750,000 euro. That was his release clause. He is 16 years old, and just taking a look at some of his stats, I like his speed. That's great for him, but we need to work on his physical stats as well. He's only got a 6 balance, a 9 stamina, 8 in strength. If we can work that up, then he will be golden. 11 first touch, though, 12 technique, 10 passing at 16 years old. Can only go up from there. And in fact, this polygon actually reminds me of another player that I have on my squad right now, Mikel Pereira. Mikel Pereira is only 2 years older than him, but like I said, this outside teal color, it's basically the same exact shape as Marc Alvarez. He can actually develop into a better player than Mikel Pereira is, per what my assistant manager says. So hopefully Marc Alvarez can come in, do the business, learn from all the great midfielders that I got right now, like Merino, if we can keep him, Ander Herrera. So yeah, Marc Alvarez coming in, another decent midfield prospect. I can't get enough of these midfield prospects. It seem to come in droves. So we get back into the league and we continue on with our undefeated streak, taking on Deportivo La Coruña and defeating them by the score of 2-1. And let me be honest with you here. First half completely uneventful, because, well, outside of one card, there were barely any shots on target that warranted any highlights. But in the second half, the goals came in thick and fast. There was a space of 5 minutes where all 3 goals were scored. Muniain and Merino on our side, and then directly off of that kickoff, Lee Griffiths getting one back for Depor off of what I can only assume is kickoff abuse. They just ran through our defense and scored with ease. Fortunately, we were able to hold on to the ball with our 61% possession, not allowing Depor to get any other chances for the rest of the match, and we get ourselves a nice 3 points. And now Muniain wants to see himself going out to Manchester City, and believe me, this is not something I want to see. I've been trying my damnedest to keep these players at this club, from Juventus, from PSG, from Manchester United, now Manchester City. Been trying to keep these players away from these big name clubs because I know that they're going to command a lot of dollar. But I don't really have any sufficient replacements from them, especially Muniain. He's one of my better players. Why would I want to see him go? Why would I want him to go out to a team like Manchester City? So I'm going to decline, and I'm going to ask Mikel San Jose to try and convince him to stay at the club, and of course he doesn't. Whenever I try to do this, they always say that they cannot resolve his unhappiness, and that just means that for at least the next 6 months, I cannot offer him a new contract. Let me take a look and see when his contract is up. His contract is up in 3 years, actually, so I got time, but at the same time, what's his contract right now? Because I don't know what his release clause is. His release clause is only 38 million. And I'm pretty sure Manchester City would pony up the cash if they really, really want him. Like, I'm sure PSG would pony up the cash for Mikel Merino probably in the second half of the window, like more towards deadline day. So, yeah, I'm going to be having myself a little bit of a fit in the transfer window, probably in the second half. And also, while I really want to continue the development of Roberto Munoz here at the club, he does need some first team football, and as of right now, I can't really give that to him at this club because right now he's playing behind Leque, and also now that I brought in Cesar Azpilicueta can play on both the left and the right wing, so he's essentially the backup to Leque on the right. So that makes Munoz third tier, and I don't want to put him down in Bilbao, so let's go give him some first team football out at Real Betis. So we'll just let him know that you're not in my current plans, but I want you to go fight for a first team spot somewhere else. Get yourself first team football somewhere else, and maybe at the end of the season, we'll get you some first team football here. Who knows? But I mean, Roberto Munoz is one of my better players in development, especially on the defense, and I really want to see him continue that development. If I can't do that here, then yeah, loan him off somewhere else that he can get the play time. All right, so let's get into the second leg of this cup match versus Malaga, where the winner takes on either Barcelona or Real Madrid, so fun times there. But anyway, we're going to come away with a 4-3-3 formation, and the lineup's going to be as follows. Atangana did better in the second match versus Daypor, but I want to trust Stefan Ruffier. I have more trust in him, so he's going to be in between the sticks. Azpilicueta, Martinez, Laporte, and Monreal along the back line. I know that does seem a little bit different. It's because Lekwe is trying to fit some fitness. Laporte on an 88. I got no other options back there, so he's got to stay out there. San Jose is the defensive mid. Linton Jr. and Herrera is my two center mids. Muniain, Hervias, Villalibre, the typical three up top. All right, boys, we got 3 away goals. 3 away goals versus Malaga, and all we need to do is come away with a draw here. At least less than a 3-3 draw. If we can come away with a win, that'd be even better, especially since we're playing them at home. So let's go kick off, see what happens, and see if we can't get ourselves through the quarterfinals. So we're reverting back to our 4-3-3 style instead of the 4-2-3-1, because I believe when we tried facing off against Malaga with that 4-2-3-1 the first time, it didn't go so well. Yes, we were very powerful in the attack, but the defense was still left shoddy. So that's why we're going to try and hole up at the back with this 4-3-3, get a little bit extra defense, and hopefully use that to our advantage. Early on, though, Malaga, very attack-minded. Fortunately, didn't come away with anything. I say that, it's another corner kick off the bar. What a good clearance away. Now we need to go and take it out. Come on, Hervias, use your pace. Go get that ball. And basically, this first half is going the same way as Daypor, where there has not been a single highlight within the first half hour. Malaga having more of the shots, not more of the ball, but just definitely more of the shots. I'm going to yell at my guys to concentrate because, yeah, we've had the possession, but we're not taking the shots that count. We're not making shots that count. It's nice that we are getting ourselves into halftime, still with a 0-0 draw, still with the advantage of having 3 away goals, but it's just that as soon as Malaga come away with a goal, what are we going to do? We're going to push up to a 4-3-3 flat in the middle. Are we going to go with that 4-2-3-1? At this point in time, I'm not too happy with my players. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased. And yes, we are going to switch things up. I'm going to tell these guys to actually play on a counterattack. Pump the ball into the box, hit those early crosses. Yeah, mixed. We'll go with that. Whip those crosses in. And play on a higher tempo, or keep it on normal. Yeah, we'll go higher tempo, and hopefully that changing up the mentality of this formation, the mentality of this tactic, instead of just holding on to possession and being content with the possession, maybe if we can actually get a little bit of an attack going, we can get a little bit more shots on target, and maybe get a goal. That's all I'm looking for here. Laporte looking tired out there, which is very unfortunate. Villalibre on a 6-5. It's not good for us, especially since I'm looking for him to be my main guy up front. And as of right now, I'm seeing Ander Herrera is also tired. We're just about to hit the 70-minute mark. I'm going to make the subs right now. This second half has also been flying by, just like the first. It's just been going by without so much as a whimper. But anyway, Ander Herrera is going to be coming off for... Should I put in Mikel Merino in that spot? I think we will. Laporte... Should I drop him off for San Jose? And then who would I put in his place? Lorenzo Gallego? Lorenzo Gallego is one of my youth that I picked up last season. I don't believe he came in. Yeah, I picked him up from Granada. I believe I also did a little overview on him at the start of the season. So Merino and Gallego making his debut in the hopes that we can hold this down for the last 20 minutes. I was thinking about subbing off Asier Villalibre, but I'm going to hold that down. I do have John Batista on the bench, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just worrying about the defense, because the defense is what I need to be solid to get us through. Put it into a position that Malaga can't hurt us, and I say that there's 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock. Oh no, there's 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock. There's way too much time left. Oh no, boys, please don't throw this away. Ball coming forward for Malaga. They get into the box. Oh, Keko off the bar. Oh my lord, Keko hits it off the crossbar. He missed a sitter from 2 yards out, but the danger is not over. Keko now, Chabby, nice clearance away. I mean, you could call it a boring 0-0 draw because that's what it was for the majority of this match, but at the same time, those last 20 minutes, last 15 minutes were extremely nervy, especially as the clock ticked over to 90, and I thought Malaga were going to score right there. Oh, but whatever. We got ourselves through to the quarterfinals. It's a bit of a let-off, and I'm glad they take it exactly like they should. But over the course of the 2 legs, we probably should have come away with a win, a more convincing win. So that being said, who exactly are we going to be facing? Oh, we're going to be taking on who we faced off in the final last year. Oh, man. So it's going to be Athletic versus Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey. That's going to be in the next episode. But as of right now, we're just in a whole different state of mind right now. We're still in a different state of mind because we're still trying to figure out who exactly is going to be staying and leaving in this transfer window. So we'll worry about this in the next episode. It's nice that we got through, but it's something we'll have to worry about in the next episode. As if the scheduling gods didn't hate me already, much like with the 3 times in a row at the very start of the season, 3 out of my next 4 matches are versus Real Madrid. Thanks a lot. A little bit of happy news to end this episode on, though, guys, and that is Lekwe doesn't want to leave the club anymore. Thank the Lord he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go to Juventus. He doesn't want to go to Tottenham, which I believe Tottenham were courting him heavier than Juventus. I only saw Juventus. But, hey, doesn't matter. He doesn't want to leave us anymore. He wants to help us out here, do the job here, and try to get us another league title, maybe even another trophy somewhere down the line, be it a Copa del Rey, be it a Champions League. Doesn't matter. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of this episode. The date is the 15th of January, so it's halfway through the transfer window. Like I said, if we can get ourselves 50 likes on this, then we're going to have ourselves a second episode coming up later today. 50 likes within the first 4 hours. We'll say that. And then we'll have the second episode come up. If not, then the second episode will be shown up tomorrow. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, and all that jazz, and leave a comment below on what you thought about the transfer dealings so far. What did you think about PSG coming in for Marino, and was my offer reasonable in my counter offer? Please let me know about what you thought on that or anything else in this episode. I always appreciate your comments. But anyway, guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, and peace out.